आँख में घुस गया साला मेरा भी। पहली बार ऐसे आँख में गचड़ा घुस गया।
Hi everyone, I'm Aditya and welcome back to the channel. Currently I am in Venice in Italy. So we left Stuttgart around 8:30 yesterday and we reached Venice just now, few minutes ago. So we have come in a travel agency kind of a thing, which is PM to AM. So they will arrange the transportation from one place to another place and they will provide accommodation, hostel, you mean dormitory. Some people are going to washrooms. So once they freshen up, we will be heading to the sightseeing places. They have given us this map and with the numbering, like what are the attractions here. Currently we are somewhere here near the parking zone. So either we can take the train and go to these locations 1 and 2, or we can walk all the way and cover these locations and then return back like a circle back to the parking lot. They have told us to come back by 6 o'clock. The internal transportation and all and internal sightseeing, we have to take care of that. Today Venice, tomorrow Florence and Pisa, and on the third day it's Rome, and on the fourth day it's Milan. So that is our Italy plan.
After spending some time wandering around and unsure where to go, we finally came across the monorail station. You can buy tickets for water taxi or monorail in the vending machine. We bought ticket for one way, which cost 1.5 euros. There are no signboards anywhere, so we just went ahead blindly, not knowing where we were going. After the bus dropped off at the parking, everyone split up. I am accompanied by my friends on this trip. In total, we are a group of around 8 people. We can go to the center either by boat or the monorail, and we choose the latter because we couldn't find a dock for the ferry. Venice is connected to mainland Italy by a Liberty Bridge or Ponte della Libertà in Italian. It is a 3.85 km long and has 2 lanes with a tram track. The bridge is the only vehicular access to the historical center of Venice.
We got down from the train station and we are just walking towards the San Marco. We actually thought it will reach directly to San Marco, but no, it reaches somewhere in the midpoint. Our first look of the canal system in the Venice. So Venice is located on 165 islands and all these islands are connected through these bridges, and there are over 650 bridges in Venice Island. Actually the rates are very cheap, I would say, because you can get these fridge magnets souvenirs in €1, €2, and croissants, pizza slices and other breakfast items at the similar rates. So this is definitely looking not so costly.
You will have to walk a lot in Venice since there are no bus or tram or metro to go from one point to another. Walking is the only option. Yes, in some cases you will have boat taxi, but it's not everywhere. I was amazed to see the number of boats in Venice. Just like how we see car parked in the streets, here you will see boats everywhere.
The name actually is derived from the Veneti people who were staying here. There is no evidence about when the city was settled, but there are some proof that initial inhabitants or the settlers were refugees from Rome. They flew Rome because of the invasion from Han Empire.
We came to Basilica di Santa Maria, dedicated to Assumption of Mary. It is the largest church and it is one of the 3 notable churches in the city that retained most of their Venetian Gothic appearance. The construction of the church took nearly 100 years to build and was completed in the mid-15th century. It is open every day from 9 am to 6 pm, and on Sundays it's open from 1 pm.
There is also gondola service available. For 5 people it's €80. But we are 6 people. We are trying to negotiate, like we can give extra €20 or something for 6 people, but he is not agreeing. After visiting the Basilica of Mary, currently we are going to the Rialto Bridge. So there is an old market, the 16th century market. The old market is on the bridge. You will get fresh products, fresh meat, fresh vegetables. So after you pass the market, you will get this bridge. To go to San Marco, you can either take a small ferry ride across the canals, or you can walk all the way to the bridge and then go to the San Marco. So since we have to anyway see the bridge, we did not opt for the short gondola ride. So the bridge actually connects the two regions of San Marco and San Polo. We are using Google Maps, and every street we are getting lost. In these maps, we have not even covered one place till now. We are just roaming around, and even from the Google Maps it's a little bit confusing. So yeah, definitely we will get lost in the streets of Venice.
We crossed countless bridges and saw a lot of pretty buildings during our walk. Every street and alleyways looks unique, and hence you don't feel bored of walking. We reached the Rialto Bridge, which is the oldest of the 4 bridges spanning the Grand Canal in Venice. The present bridge was built in the stone between 1588 and 1591 to substitute a wooden bridge which had collapsed in 2 occasions and had partially been burned down in 1310. You can observe the city move along the canals and easily spend some time here just staring at the busy boats. It is one of the best locations to see the Grand Canal, and it is also one of the top tourist attractions in Venice. Closely located near the Rialto Bridge, this is one of the busiest local markets in Venice, situated right opposite the Grand Canal. The name Rialto means solid ground that is never flooded. In 1514, a fire devastated most of Rialto, and this is why the central area of Venice's building dates from the 16th century. The market's smaller streets are named after various guilds. There are a lot of cafes and restaurants near the market. We took a break from walking and stopped to have lunch. I went near a silent and not so busy street and enjoyed my meal. I had prepared some chapatis in my apartment and I had packed the same for lunch. It was rock solid, but I enjoyed it eating while looking at the busy canal. There were non-stop boats and gondolas passing through this narrow canal one after another.
We are going to the cathedral now. It was actually constructed in the 9th century and it holds the corpse of Saint Mark. Actually, he was smuggled from the Egypt via the cargo containers which has pig fat. So the Venice merchants, they smuggled it out of Egypt and they brought it here.
The streets of Venice get super busy in the afternoon, so make sure to come early. Finally, we came to San Marco Basilica, the heart of Venice and the most crowded location.
Right behind me is the Basilica. We can even go up, but since we have to go to the island, we are not going up. We are just seeing from here. And right here is the Palazzo Ducale. So this is a palace on the waterfront. So the Duke had his private apartments here, and there was court, chambers, everything inside. Even the Duke moved here in 10th century. It took 400 more years to get this final form. So we came from that side. Right now we are going towards the coastal or the shores so that we can actually go to the island. There are a couple of islands which we want to cover. So we will go there and we'll check out the rates. Some people have booked the gondola ride and they have to go back. So I think the group will be split out now. Highly recommend not to book the gondola rides because it's available all over the place and at a much cheaper rate. Instead you can just search on your own depending on when you will be free. Right now we just checked in the map for the island. It is showing 35 minutes one way. We are heading towards the boat where we can purchase tickets. So always use Google Maps here because that is the only thing you can rely on. There are 2 islands, Burano and Murano, which is adjacent to Venice. So we are first going to the Murano and then to the other island.
We passed through San Polo, which took nearly 1 century to build. It was finally consecrated on 1430 and is open for visit from 9 to 6 daily.
Venice actually sits at the top of Adriatic Sea. This gave them an edge to build a strong maritime army, especially in the 13th, 16th century. Venice was the monopoly in the commerce and the trade market. Venice was a big money-making kingdom or a province. So Venice was always a suzerain state or a city-state, meaning it was its own country. It was not associated with any other kingdoms. After the fall of Constantinople, the Ottomans, they came and they seized the Venice city. That is the last time Venice was a city-state. Then Venice was seized by Austria and then again it joined back Kingdom of Italy.
The pass for the ferry charges for both the islands is 21.5 euros. This even covers boat taxis as well. The only water bus that goes to the islands is Route 12, which departs from Fondamentale, which is the northern part of Venice, and a 20-minute walk from St. Mark's Square. The ride is approximately 10 minutes. We went to the Glass Museum, which offers a journey into the history of Murano glass from its origin to the 20th century. You will discover the techniques, colors, styles of glass art from its origin in Roman times to the golden age between the 14th and 17th century.
Here you can actually buy all these glass materials, but if you want to see how they are manufactured, how the glass blowing takes place, you have to pay €5, or you can purchase any one of the items. So we just opted not to go there. Instead we came out, and it's drizzling. The security guy was here, he was telling there is a storm incoming, so we don't want to waste any time. We are going back to other locations in Murano. It started raining and my umbrella is horrible. We are currently leaving this island. Here nothing is there, it's just a glass factory. Apart from that, nothing else is there, so honestly it's not worth it. Let's see what is there in, look at my umbrella, how it is. So let's see what is there in the next island.
And then the storm hit us.
There was a heavy thunderstorm. Basically everything was flying and we were fully drenched. When we were staying near a home, they invited us inside the home and we were taking shelter inside. Even they were surprised how come suddenly there is such a big storm. And after about 20 to 25 minutes it stopped, and as soon as we came out, the boat to Burano was leaving. We just hopped on it, and after another half an hour we finally reached. So far it's been good. There is no rain, but the weather forecast is not good. Hence we'll just finish all the places quickly and then head back to the main island of Venice. It's a beautiful and a very colorful town. You can see all kinds of colors everywhere. So we are just roaming. It's very cold right now, and there is another structure there. I don't know what it is, maybe a church or a cathedral. So we'll try to go and check it out. But yeah, it's a very colorful town. So you can see these kinds of masks everywhere over here. We just asked the shop owner. She said that it is used in the carnival 20 days before the Easter. So during the carnival, people wear all kinds of different masks and they go to the carnival.
Burano is one of the most colorful places I have ever seen. It looked almost unreal with the small canals and all the cute homes in the brightest colors. An interesting fact is, if someone wishes to paint their home, one must send a request to the government, who will respond by making notice of certain colors permitted for that lot. I was so lost appreciating the beautiful streets that I honestly forgot to even shoot them. After seeing the famous bridge Tre Ponti, we came to the 53-meter slanted tower which belongs to the church of San Martino Vescovo.
We just strolled through these markets and we came near this tower. I hope the camera is picking it up. At least for the naked eye, it looks leaning or slant. Unfortunately, we cannot go inside the complex to see the tower. There is another island where there are a lot of graves, but for that again we have to go to the previous island. Once we go there, again we have to catch another boat to that island. Since we have the pass, we can catch how much of boat we want. So yeah, that's the plan. Right now we'll leave from here because we don't want to stay here much longer, otherwise we'll be late. We have to go back to the parking lot to our bus at 6 o'clock.
The island of San Michele, dedicated to the dead and is occupied only by the churches and by the long rank of tombs, has been the city's cemetery since the early 19th century. Unfortunately, we couldn't go there as one of our friends fell sick. We stayed in Burano for some more time and then boarded the boat for Venice. We reached mainland Venice by 4:30 pm. We had a quick snack/dinner as I tasted the first pizza in Italy. Then we hopped on to the boat taxi to go to the parking lot. You need to have at least 2 days in Venice in order to have enough time to see all the sightseeing places. Easily, Burano is my favorite attraction of the day. We missed seeing some of the must-visit places like Bridge of Sighs, Venetian Arsenal, and more importantly, we even missed the gondola ride. Since Venice is a major tourist hub, I was highly impressed with the affordable cafes and souvenir shops.
So this is the transport system here. There is no bus, train and all. It's just boat, and each boat will have its own station. So you can see the terminals E, D, and here you can see F. I don't know if the F is visible. Here there is G. You can see in the board where you want to go. It will be there, like the platform number 1, 2, 3, and then the gate A, B, C. So with that you will be able to determine in which entrance you have to go. This is it for now. We came to the parking spot where the bus had dropped us off in the morning, and I think some people are waiting there for our bus. So thank you for watching the video. If you like the video, please subscribe to the channel, add a comment and like the video. If you have any doubts, you can ask in the comment. I'll get back to you. That is it for now. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow in Florence.
In the next episode, we go to central Italy and visit Florence. It is the most beautiful city I have ever seen. It is considered to have been the birthplace of Renaissance. UNESCO declared the historic center of Florence a World Heritage Site. Stay tuned.
ये है आम जिंदगी और ये है मेंटोस जिंदगी और ये है कौन सी जिंदगी?
असली जिंदगी,
नेचुरल पानी का जिंदगी और ये है फर्जी पानी.
It's a very beautiful and a very colorful town. You can see all kinds of